I told the world my biggest secret, and here's what happened.
13 years ago, I contracted genital herpes, but I finally told the world July 2023.
And guess what happened?
Or like, now you want me to share it with people that got my phone number, people who can text me, call me. It's out there. It's there, it's done. My heart literally is like...
Before we dive in, I just want to thank you so very much for making it past the 30-second mark. You have just made your view count.
Back to why you clicked. I told the world, and none of my fears came true. Pretty much no one cared.
No, really, no one cared.
And here's what it taught me about fear.
Freedom really is on the other side.
Having herpes was my biggest secret that I thought would cause me to be shunned and instantly talked about. Once I revealed it and found that people either largely didn't care or found it uplifting and inspiring, I realized that trolls' negative comments were actually the unicorns. We focus so much on the negative that a lot of times we have a warped view of reality. A perfect example of this is skydiving. Skydiving is a fear that ranks high for most. However, statistics per the United States Parachute Association show a rate of 1 fatality in every 167,000 jumps, or 0.006%. This means it's more likely you'll die from a lightning strike, dog bite, wasp sting, bike accident, choking, or a car accident than you will from skydiving. Before we cover the second lesson learned, did you know the average attention span is only 8 seconds long? How long is yours? Let's see if you can beat Darwin.
Wow, what a way to prove Darwin wrong.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Nice.
You learn who your supporters really are.
Only 2 of my friends commented on my post. One on Facebook, the other on YouTube, and 2 lent support via text. Other than that, family nor additional friends acknowledged my posting. That's why you shouldn't allow your fear of what others may think or say deter you from doing what you are called to do. Those who are meant for you will support you no matter what. And for those who may think, well, maybe they didn't see your post. My typical Facebook postings get anywhere from 50 to 80 likes. So it wasn't a matter of it not being seen. I just think it was a matter of no one caring enough to acknowledge it.
But obedience is better than sacrifice. So even though my heart is like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna see what they gonna say? Who's gonna share? Like, you know, my mind is already doing da 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 da. But God keeps telling me, that's none of your concern. Who cares what people say? Who cares what people may do with this information? You should be focused on me and what I told you to do, and stop trying to calculate the outcome, because that's not your job. You can't control that.
Your faith increases. Not only did it increase my faith in God, but it increased my ability to trust in hearing from God. I felt God had called me to confess my secret, and He reassured me everything would be okay.
It's tough, it's hard. I already done cried, I already done prayed. And you know, this is one of those moments where it's like, I understand. I know it's not as deep as this. And so if somebody gets offended by what I'm about to say, I do understand that. I do not mean to make it seem as if what I'm about to do is as deep as that. But I feel like I can understand how Jesus felt when He was crying.
Jesus continued into the garden alone, and bowed down, putting his face to the ground, and cried out his prayer. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine.
Asking God to take the cup away from him. I legit feel like this is one of those moments where I'm like, Jesus, take this cup, because like this is not something I want to do.
The lessons I've learned have opened a side of me I didn't know could exist. I am much more confident and feel free to create as I choose. There is nothing being held over my head anymore, and for that, I'm incredibly thankful.
God is going to give you things in steps when he knows it is something that is going to terrify you. Because if he told you just flat out, hey, this is what I need you to do, you're gonna be like, oh God, that's too much, and then you're going to delay, and then you're gonna drag your feet, and this, that, and the third. So he's gonna give it to you step by step. So he told me to tell you all about my life with herpes. I was like, oh, okay, Lord, I wanted to be a little bit more established before I shared this, because I never want someone to look at me and be like, oh, yeah, she looked like she got herpes, or like, you know, I just like real flesh. It's a whole lot of flesh. It's a whole lot of flesh that he's still working on. I was like, okay, Lord, I will be obedient. I will share the story. And then I was thinking, like, I don't know who all will see the story, but the good thing is that I don't have to know. Like, you know, for the most part, I don't have to know. When God told me to share like my video about me having genital herpes with my Facebook, it's like, Lord, this I already done shared it with like strangers. No offense to my community, because y'all not strangers. I'm talking about those who do not subscribe and haven't seen my video ever before. I'm talking about those people, so not y'all.
Before you go, if you'd like to support my dream of helping others become their best selves, please subscribe and like the channel. It'll help the algorithm push out my content. If you made it this far, I so appreciate you, and pray that God gives you the strength to overcome any fears you may be facing. So let's continue to prosper properly as his property.
Say your name for me.
My name is Jasmine. And I can't wait to jump out the plane. So excited.
Hey! Congratulations!
So much fun! Thank
Awesome,
you so
good.
much!
Property, prospering property.